Hey, what is going on, guys? As you can see, today I am on one of the most insanely fast / terrifying bikes in the world. I've been on it a few days now, actually, and it's insane. This is the Aprilia RS V4, and yes, the V4 at the end of its name does stand for the type of engine that it has. It does have a V4 in it, as you can hear. Hopefully you can hear this. It is incredible. Riding the Ducati 1199s and things like that with the L-twins. It's basically just like a V-twin tilted down in the shape of an L. Similar sound, similar power, but this thing, when you downshift and you rev match, oh my lord, it sounds like only way I can describe it is like a lion, like roaring. It is absolutely insane. This bike is amazing. I know Mischief is pretty jealous right now because he's in love with these bikes. So whenever I was about to take it home, I had to send a picture to our little group chat, and he was, needless to say, not the happiest person that I was riding this, and he wasn't. But I can understand why he's in love with this bike so much. It is absolutely incredible. This V4 engine is just so fast, and you put this thing in sport mode. It has sport, race, and track mode. So basically, like usually the bikes have like sport mode, race mode, and like wet mode. That's what the Panigale has, wet mode. So if it's wet, get a little bit less power and a little bit more electronic assist. This thing's like, nah, we're gonna go fast in every mode. So let's do sport, race, and track. It's insane. But yeah, I'm digging this bike. Anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. Today I want to talk to you guys about being a workaholic. You ask anybody who knows me personally, and they will all tell you I work 6 days a week at the dealership, Monday through Saturday, and I don't think I've had a paycheck this summer under like 72 hours. I commute an hour and a half or an hour away from work, so hi! I love waving to kids on motorcycles. But yeah, an hour away, and I leave my house at 7:30 to get there at 8:30 for opening. And I leave right at about 7 o'clock Monday through Thursday. I get home about 8, and then Friday I leave at 6, and Saturday I leave at 5. Today's actually Wednesday. We just started doing Jesus, I can't talk. We just started having me come in at noon on Wednesday so I can get somewhat of a break, because it's not like I'm just at work, like at a desk and stuff. I'm literally at work, moving bikes around all day, pushing bikes all over the place, jet skis, trailers, all kinds. It's physical activity all day. So 72 hours in a week with just Sunday off, I get absolutely worn down. But the good part is, unlike whenever I was working crazy hours at the hotel, I am loving everything I do. I love constantly going and constantly moving around and having to do things. And the hotel, yeah, I was constantly doing stuff, but it wasn't like physical activity. I was constantly doing stuff on the computer, moving around rooms and blah, 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 and dealing with douchebags all day. At the shop, I'm running around and like talking to people about bikes all day and seeing all these awesome bikes. I'm riding bikes home all the time. Like, I can't have an issue with 72 hours a week. I do get drained, and my wife tells me all the time, you need to stop working so much, because you're like, Sunday comes and I don't want to do anything but like sit on the couch because I'm just so dead. But I like to work. I can't stand sitting idle, and that's kind of my downfall, because I'm also the guy that if it's at all possible for me to do it, I do it instead of delegating it to somebody, which is hard when you're a manager and you have people that work with you and they're there to help you, because I'm such a perfectionist. Something needs to get done. I want to do it because I know if I do it, it gets done 100%. Not saying that if I asked my guy Victor to do it, he's not going to do it. That's not the case. He's great. He busts his ass just like I do. I just like doing everything on my own, because I like knowing 100% that I did it right, everything's done. I'm not good at giving up that little bit of control and giving tasks to people when I'm like, ah, you know what? I won't take lunch, I'll just go do it. And that's kind of my downfall, because I kind of run myself into the ground. After like 2-3 weeks of the 6 days, I'll have like 1 week out of the month where I'm just like, or 1 day out of the month where I'm just like dead to the world. I'm completely useless at work. And that's pretty much why we started having me coming at noon, so I can have that late day and relax. But yeah, I just kind of want to talk to you guys, like, what do you guys do for work? What do you guys work like crazy, ridiculous hours and bust your ass? And like I said, it's awesome for me because it's something I enjoy doing. I'm around motorcycles all day. I talk to motorcycles. I talk to people about bikes all day. My job, whenever somebody buys a bike, whenever they're picking it up, I go over the entire bike with them, which is great because I've learned so much about bikes. Like, I already knew a lot before I started there because I did my own research and looked at everything on my own. But being at the shop and literally delivering all of these bikes, like giving it to the guy and going over every inch of this bike, I know like everything about every Suzuki, every Yamaha, every Honda, every KTM, every MV Agusta, Triumph, Ducati. Like, I know about all of these bikes, and it's awesome because I have so much knowledge on these bikes that most people don't know. Like, even if you're pretty knowledgeable on the bikes, if you don't touch these things on a regular basis, like, the best part is I ride a lot of these bikes. So not only do I know about them from learning about them while I'm there, but I get to ride them. I get to experience them. Like, whenever I was delivering Panigale to this guy, and I had spent a whole weekend with it, put like 400 or 500 miles on a Panigale 1199S. So I knew exactly how that bike felt in every way, how every mode felt, how the ABS engaged, how everything worked. And I spent like 45 minutes literally just rambling on to this guy, and he was like, dude, do you have one of these? And I was like, no. He's like, how the hell do you know so much about this? I was like, dude, I do this with every single bike here. But it's just a lot of fun. And I can speak from personal experience where I know it's one thing to work your ass off and put in stupid hours at work, but it's another thing to do that whenever you enjoy it and you love what you're doing. And that's really why I took a probably $35,000 pay cut to go where I am. I went from making like 50 grand annually to like a low hourly wage. Not low, I mean, it's good pay, but coming from what I came from, a lot of people be like, how can you survive? And I'm like, man, because I love what I'm doing, that's how I can survive. Hey, New Jersey, I'm gonna need you to scoot your gooch, yo. So yeah, what do you guys do for work? I want to hear your stories. And my advice to anybody who's in a situation where they're not happy with what they do, you can always find a way to get yourself in a position where whenever you wake up and you have to go to work or whatever it is you do to make a living, you always have the power. It might not be the easiest thing, but you always have the power to make what you do for a living, or how you earn your livelihood, fun and enjoyable to you. Because what's the point? And that was the whole reason I left hotels, because my main goal was always to be the director of front office at a major hotel in a big city. I got to the point where I was the assistant director of front office at a big Hilton in downtown Boston. And once I kind of came to the realization where, like, I am not happy. Like, I'm working my ass off. I'm never able to have days off because, like, the director of front office gets those days, and I got to be the guy that's here making sure everything runs the way it should. And I was dealing with douchebags every single day and just not happy with what I was doing. Like, yeah, the money's great, but you don't even have time to spend it. What's the point? So obviously, like a lot of people, everybody else hear that cop? Oh, there he is. I was like, damn, they got me for lane splitting. Time to go. So obviously my end goal, I would love to end up making YouTube my full-time gig. That's obviously, if that ever does happen, it's going to be way down the road. Like, yeah, I got a nice subscriber base, and it's moving along, but I mean, I'm nowhere even remotely on the level of some of these guys. Like, you got Do It With Dan, Chase on 2 Wheels, 6'4" Honda, like Walterific, like all these big guys where they put up a video and it's going to have 70,000 views in a day no matter what. I got me a nice little thing going, but I ain't on that level yet. I ain't stupid. So that's something to where, yeah, it might be a possibility down the road, but right now that's not even in my plans. So my main thought was leaving hotels. When I left in December, I was 24 years old. I was like, you know what? 24 years old. I've built up a great resume in hotels. 24 years old, assistant director front office at a downtown Boston, big hotel. That's pretty impressive, especially for somebody who didn't go to college for it. So me, I was like, you know what? 24 years old. If I'm going to make a career change and try to do something to make it to where I can enjoy myself while at work and enjoy what I do and have fun with it, do it now. Do it now before you're 30 years old and have a mortgage and a kid, and it's just not feasible to just flip your world upside down and do a huge career change and take a huge pay cut. So I did it. I have a lot of people that I've met through hotels. They're like, yo, you're not at hotels anymore? What the hell? I thought you were going to do this forever. And that was my initial plan, but I couldn't take the fact that I was 24 years old and just not enjoying my life. Like, yeah, like I said, making that kind of money when you're 24 is, oh, it's awesome. But if you can't enjoy your life, or if you're not enjoying what you're doing, getting that money, what's the point? Like, what's the point in doing all that and making the money if you're not even able to actually enjoy your everyday life? If you wake up and you're like, oh man, I gotta go to work, what you're doing is not worth it. It's not. You need to be able to wake up, go to work and be like, all right, this is gonna be a great day. I never did that when I was at the hotel, unless it was like the middle of the winter and I knew there was like no guests at the hotel and we were just gonna be able to relax. So I'm interested to see what you guys do for a living. If you're in a situation where you're working your ass off and you're just not where you want to be, dude, I'm proof that you can do whatever it doesn't matter if you have a degree, it doesn't matter if you got $60,000 in student loans and got this piece of paper saying that you're able to do this job. Like, we're in a day and age where you don't have to have a degree. It's not like it used to be where you got a degree and man, you were good to go, you're set. Nowadays with computers and so many different forms of income and making a living where you don't even, like, that never even would have crossed anyone's mind of a way to make money. Like a YouTube channel, like there's people that live off their YouTube channels. I mean, there's people that do the same videos that I do that legitimately have no problems living off their YouTube channel. 10 years ago, if you would have said, yeah, my job is YouTube, people would be like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, that, you can't do that. You can't make a living off of videotaping your life. You can now, like, and it's a common thing, relatively common thing. So my advice to you guys who aren't happy with where you are in life when it comes to your job and stuff, don't pigeonhole yourself into a position where you're going to be unhappy the rest of your life, or you're not going to be able to just fully enjoy life and enjoy being young. I mean, if you're not young, who gives a shit? You can still change your life. You can still change things to where you wake up every day and you're not miserable. Because what's the point of living if you're living life miserable? I'm not telling you to commit suicide before you go and do that shit, but why continue going if you're miserable with your life? And obviously there's extenuating circumstances. Everybody's different. Everybody has different things going on in their lives, but there is always a way to make life more enjoyable. And that's my advice to you guys. It was scary when I did it, I'm not gonna lie. When I just straight leaving my job without another job, another source of income, and kind of just throwing myself out there and saying, you know what, this is what happened and I'm doing it. And it was scary as hell, but it is honestly right up there with starting to ride motorcycles and marrying the woman that I'm married to now. It's one of the greatest decisions I've ever made in my entire life, and I couldn't be happier that I did it. So I want to know what you guys do. I mean, I've told people since I started this, if you guys ever want to hit me up on Facebook, message me, ask me anything. If you want to talk about YouTube or advice on YouTube or anything that you've seen, like I made a life choice and like this, like leaving hotels to work in a motorcycle dealership. You're thinking about doing a huge career change. I can speak from experience. If you send me a message on Facebook, the link to my Facebook page is down in the description. If you send me a message, I may not reply right away, but I guarantee you within a week of you sending me that message, because I get a decent amount of messages a day, within a week of you sending that message, you will have a response from me, and an actual response, not some, oh hey, yeah, thanks, blah, 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 just some BS to get rid of you. I've sent paragraphs back and forth to people that just say, hey man, I love your videos. Because I mean, you guys watch my stuff, you support my channel, you guys rep the channel with the stickers and the shirts and all that stuff, and to me, I feel like that is the easiest way for me to give back to you. You guys enjoy my content, you want to ask me a question, I owe it to you guys to make sure I find the time in my busy day to get you a response and to interact with you, because that's what this whole community is about. That's what YouTube is about. Community interaction and talking to the people that enjoy your stuff. So if I didn't do that, what's the point of me even having a YouTube channel? What's the point of me even doing what I do? I do this stuff because you like it and you enjoy it, so why would I expect you guys to not want to interact with the person who makes the videos that you enjoy watching? It's stupid. So if you guys ever have any questions, like I said, shoot me a message on Facebook. You can even send me an email to ZJMotovlogs@gmail.com. If you don't have Facebook, have it right on my phone. When I get an email to that, I open it immediately. So shoot me a message if you have any questions. And like I said, I want to know what you guys do for a living down in the description. And if you guys did something similar to me, and you guys made a life change and did something to change your life for the better, let me know. I want to know all about it, guys. I'm really trying to push interaction with you guys, because I feel like whenever I first started this job and I got so busy, I always responded to almost every comment on my video. Every video I tried to respond to almost every single comment, and it got a lot harder because I went from having some time where I had downtime to do that stuff to having no time at all. So I've gotten it to the point where I section off a little bit of my day every day to go through the comments and respond as much as I can, and I really want to get more interactive with you guys. So be active on the comments. Make sure you like this video. Give me a thumbs up. Every thumbs up helps. And if you aren't subscribed, you like what you saw, smack the subscription button. Subscribe to my channel. I got videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, going live at noon, product reviews, motovlogs, cinematic videos, all kinds of stuff. I'm doing all kinds of stuff, man. I'm doing big things. So that's really all I got for you guys. Hope you have a great day. It looks like we stopped being serious. Have a good one, guys. I'm out. Peace.